Now, China's one small step could be a giant leap for humanity. The Asian giant has inched closer towards creating an artificial sun. Yes, you heard that right, an artificial sun, human-made sun. Beijing has conducted yet another successful nuclear fusion experiment in the quest to harness the power of the stars. The aim is to achieve nuclear fusion, which produces enormous amounts of energy but produces no waste material. To know the what and how of one of the biggest scientific feats of modern times, take a look at this report.
The Sun, the star at the center of our solar system, releasing every second energy equivalent to 1,820,000,000 Tsar bombas, the most powerful thermonuclear bomb ever built. But how much energy reaches our planet? Well, it's enough to give every single person on the planet a light bulb that will not dim through their entire lifetime. That's just a glimpse of the massive power of our star. Imagine building a prototype of the Sun right here on planet Earth. Well, China is doing exactly that. It has broken all records by generating extremely hot plasma for 7 minutes. Why are we excited? Because the project is based on nuclear fusion. If the experiment is successful, it could provide Beijing with an unlimited source of energy. And the best part is that there won't be any residual waste. So let me explain. Nuclear weapons and nuclear plants work on the concept of nuclear fission. Here, uranium atoms are split, releasing a large amount of energy, but it leaves behind toxic radioactive waste. That's where nuclear fusion can become the game changer. It also works with the tiny atoms, but instead of splitting them, they are merged to produce massive amounts of energy. And eureka! There is no waste! And right now the conditions to produce nuclear fusion exist only at one place in our solar system, deep within the heart of our Sun. The huge scientific breakthrough was achieved in the eastern Chinese city of Hefei. The experimental advanced superconducting tokamak produced and, more importantly, maintained plasma for 403 seconds. The giant machine uses powerful magnetic fields which confine the super-hot plasma. As a result, hydrogen atoms are combined into heavier atoms and release energy in the process. For decades, scientists around the world have worked to develop mini-suns. For that, hydrogen atoms need to be heated to above 100 million degrees Celsius, and then confining them long enough so they can merge into heavier atoms to release huge energy. But China is not alone to achieve what was till a few decades back thought to be an impossible feat. The race for unlimited clean energy is heating up. Germany produced the longest reaction, producing a gigajoule of energy, while the US has the lead in producing first net positive energy production from a fusion reaction. Clearly, whoever wins this global fusion race could have a sway like the Arab world does over the oil market today.
Chapter 38. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord God, It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. Sheba and Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, Art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey? To carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil? Therefore, Son of man, prophesy, and say unto Gog, Thus saith the Lord God, In that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it? And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog, before their eyes.